it's very important to be laughing, to be silly, to enjoy life, to enjoy other people, to hear the laughter of other people in an audience or in a crowd. And I think one of the absolute best ways to do that is through stand-up comedy. So what I've been doing is I've just been going on YouTube and watching, Eddie Murphy stand up, Dave Chappelle. Those are some of my favorites. So I would just suggest that maybe you go onto YouTube and type in one of your favorite stand-up comedians and just watch their special and just see how you feel afterwards. And that's why I'm so excited for today's Get to Know Someone guest, because that's what he does for a living. He makes people laugh. Like, how much cooler of a job can that be? That's his full-time gig, and I think you could learn a lot from him, and I hope you get inspired by him, because he's not your typical individual, so you'll really enjoy this one. So Ian, as you know, every day I feature somebody brand new for 2 minutes, and literally I couldn't think of anybody better when it comes to an entertainment standpoint to feature. Right. As again, you are one of the greatest comedians out there, up and coming, and you think that you quote unquote didn't make it yet, but I disagree with that. So my first question to you, Ian, is what does it mean to be a stand-up comedian to you personally?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for saying all those nice words. It was very kind, very nice of you to say. I don't agree, but I appreciate it. I look at stand-up comedy. A lot of people look at stand-up comedy not in the same way I do. I look at it as an art. Like, I feel like we're all artists, and we paint pictures, we tell stories, and our stories evoke laughter. And I think that's the best emotion. Just like a rapper, a musician can evoke sadness, an R&B singer happiness or sadness or breakup, whatever emotion it is. We just are in the business of laughter, which I think is the best emotion for people to give, and that's what I'm doing. Every time I tell a story, I tell a joke, I'm just trying to make people laugh. I'm not trying to change your opinion about anything or save the world. I just want to make you laugh, so that's it for me.
That's such a good point. And then something else that I wanted to ask you, because literally you've been doing this, I think you're going to close up on doing stand-up comedy for 8 years, which is something that is phenomenal. Yeah. It just goes to show, like, dude, this isn't something that you're interested in. This isn't something you're thinking about. Like, Ian is 100% committed to being a world-class stand-up comedian. And it shows, and that's very admirable. And if anybody follows you on social media, other than probably the last 4 weeks, they would see that you were doing stand-up shows every single night. So my thing is, for somebody with all the experience that you have, what's something that you wish you knew when you first started out? So basically, the people listening now, what can they take away?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to make 8 years next month, May 24th. And one thing that I already knew this from the beginning, because I studied the art and I studied comedians that I'm a fan of. A lot of people who talk to me about starting comedy, they think you could just start. Like, people think you could just start and be where I'm at or be where somebody else is at. Like, I'm not even anywhere, but people think that they could just, because their friends tell them they're funny, that they could start tomorrow and then by next week they could do the Tonight Show. Now, it takes hard work every night. I mean, for me, the thing is, I love the art of it, so the hard work was fun. So if I tell you, you got to do this every night and it seems like it's too much for you, then maybe this is not your thing. For me, it was fun. Like, doing comedy every night is what I prefer to do. I don't have a desire to go to the bar or the club. I want to perform comedy. So for me, it's not a big deal to do it every night, 3-4 times a night. That's what you have to do. So if I could talk to myself at the beginning, I would just be like, stay patient. I was pretty a patient dude, and I trust the process. But I would just remind myself, stay patient, man. Things, if you put in the work and you're true to the game, things can work out.
I love that. And then obviously you stayed patient and things have worked out, because you were a guest on Jimmy Fallon. I'm going to say it one more time. Jimmy Fallon. What was that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, performing on the Tonight Show, that was a dream come true for me. That was one of the goals that I had when I first started, and to be able to do it and bring my parents, my mom and my dad, so they see on the Tonight, see that, because my parents are immigrants, so then to see their son go all the way from the Dominican Republic, make it to the Tonight Show, that was like, I would just it was a big deal for me, and I hope it was a big deal for them too, for something they could remember. And it was just a dream come true, and I hope to do it many more times.
Dude, it's a dream come true for so many people, and the funny thing about it is, Ian, you have inspired so many people that you don't even know exist yet. And I don't think you've really internalized that, Ian, that there's people who have probably watched you or are aware of you, and they're like, dude, this guy makes me want to work harder in my field. And it could be separate from stand-up comedy, you know what I mean? It could be something else.
Yeah.
But just like Ian, when there's people like you who exist in the world, you truly do make the world better because you believed in yourself, dude, and like you're pursuing what you want to pursue, and because of that, like, you really do, you know, make people's lives that much more enjoyable. But anyways, I can keep going on and on. I'm just proud of you.
I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And you're right. I don't internalize it. I don't think about things like that. But I think that's one of the things that you do. Like, you don't internalize it. You're just like, I'm just trying to find my happiness, whatever is for me. And if it can inspire you to find your happiness or your passion, that's beautiful. Like, that's all I want. But I can't sit here and be like, yeah, I'm inspiring people. Like, no, I'm just trying to do what's best for myself. And if in turn that inspires you, then that's perfect.
Dude, listen, thank you so much. How do people say what's up to you?
I'm on Instagram, Ian Lara. That's my name, IANLARA Live. I'm on everything, Ian Lara Live. It's my website, IanLaraLive.com, Twitter, Ian Lara Live. And hopefully when we get out this quarantine, we can get back to work.
Ian, this right here is in honor of your episode right now. I really can't wait till I'm able to see your name on that, you know, that advertisement there at the Laugh Factory in Sunset, California. Ian, keep doing what you're doing.